You ever get that feeling like a series is over before it even starts? Like something is off. Like the numbers already decided the winner and nobody told you yet. Because that's what the Spurs vs Blazers matchup feels like. And I'm telling you right now, if you're a Portland fan, this might hurt more than you think. Because on the surface, it looks simple, right? Young team versus young team. Energy versus energy. But when you actually dig into the analytics, it starts to look less like a fair fight and more like a slow collapse just waiting to happen. Now look, I know what some of you are saying right now. Jazz, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody has the Blazers winning. Look, let me cook. The Spurs are not just winning games, they're controlling them. They are controlling them. They're top tier in net rating over the last stretch of the season, and not by accident either. They're doing it on both ends, which is the scary part. And the craziest thing is it doesn't even feel like they're peaking yet. Like you watch them and it feels casual. Like they're just figuring things out while still putting up elite efficiency numbers. Meanwhile, the Blazers, they've been fun, don't get me wrong. They've had moments, but the numbers say something different. Bottom half in defensive rating, inconsistent offensive efficiency, and a pace that doesn't always match their personnel. And pace matters more than people think because the Spurs thrive when the game slows down. When every possession turns into a chess match instead of a track meet, that is when Portland struggles. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. The Spurs' half-court offense ranks significantly higher in points per possession, and that's playoff basketball. That's where games are actually decided. And when you look at Portland's half-court defense, it's not just bad, it's predictable. Rotations are late, help defense is inconsistent, and teams that can read the floor are eating them alive. I mean, Jalen Green dropped 35 on them. That's enough right there. But let's talk about the real problem. Because there is always one thing that swings a series, and for this matchup, it's decision making under pressure. The Spurs are one of the lowest turnover teams in the league. They value every possession like it's life or elimination. While the Blazers, they get loose, they get sloppy sometimes. Especially in late games, they're a young team. And that's not just an eye test, the clutch stats back it up. Spurs have a significantly better assist to turnover ratio in clutch minutes, which basically means when the game tightens up, they don't panic. Portland does. And that's where you start to see the game slip. Not in big dramatic moments, but in small decisions. A bad pass here, a rush shot there, and suddenly a 5-point game turns into a 12-point game. And once the Spurs smell that, they don't let go. Their defensive rating in the fourth quarter is borderline elite, like top of the league type elite. Meanwhile, Portland's offense in the fourth drops off. Efficiency dips, shot selection gets questionable, and it turns into an isolation heavy basketball that just doesn't work against disciplined defenses. Now let's get into matchups because this is where it gets even worse for Portland. The Spurs have length everywhere, not just size but smart length. Guys who know how to contest without fouling, and their opponent field goal percentage reflects that. Portland relies heavily on perimeter creation, but the Spurs defend a 3 at a high level, limiting both attempts and efficiency, which is a nightmare combination. And if you can't get clean looks from 3, your offense starts to shrink, spacing collapses, driving lanes disappear, and suddenly everything feels harder than it really should. That's not just there either. Teams that shoot below their average from 3 against the Spurs tend to see a direct drop in overall offensive rating. And Portland is one of those teams that need the 3 ball to fall to stay competitive. When it doesn't, things get ugly super fast. But here's the part that should actually scare you if you're rooting for Portland. The Spurs don't rely on just one guy. This isn't a situation where you can scheme around one player and suddenly everything falls apart. Their usage is balanced, their scoring is spread, and their ball movement is very consistent. Top tier passes per game, top tier potential assists. This is a system, not just talent. And systems are harder to break in a 7-game series because they adapt, they adjust. They don't panic when one option gets taken away. Portland, on the other hand, leans more heavily on individual creation, which can work, but is volatile, especially against a defense that communicates as well as San Antonio does. And volatility in the playoffs usually means inconsistency, and inconsistency usually means you're going home early. Going home early, like the Warriors. Now let's talk about rebounding, because nobody ever thinks it matters until it decides a game. The Spurs rank higher in defensive rebound percentage, which means fewer second chances opportunities for Portland, which again, just kills the momentum. And on the flip side, where the Spurs do miss, they're crashing the boards effectively enough to extend possessions, which is just demoralizing for a young team. Every extra possession is another chance to build a lead. And the Spurs are one of those more efficient teams at converting those extra chances. Portland has struggled in that area, giving up second chances, giving up second chance. The Spurs are known for in-game adjustments that actually change the flow of a series. Not just minor tweaks, but real strategic shifts. And when you combine that with their already strong analytics profile, it creates a situation where they're constantly one step ahead. Portland has moments of good adjustments, but not at the same consistency. And over a 7-game series, that gap becomes more obvious. Because the playoffs are about solving problems, and the Spurs have more answers than problems right now. So when you put it all together, the efficiency, the defense, the turnover control, the rebounding, it starts to paint a picture. And it's not a balanced one at all, yo. It's a picture of a team that's ready versus a team that's still learning what actually real. And yeah, anything can happen. It's a playoffs. Someone can get hot, momentum can swing. But let's be for real here. Is Portland even gonna win one game? This feels like a series where the outcome is just quietly already decided before game 1 even tips off. And that's the part where nobody wants to say out loud because it sounds disrespectful. But the numbers do not care about feelings. And right now, the numbers are not at Portland's side at all. But that's just my thoughts, man. I have Spurs in 4. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. And until later, I'll see you on Mars. Peace.
You telling me you falling out of love with me. Hope you can find someone to love you better than I did. Taking our memories on love and treating it like nothing. Taking our memories on love and treating it like gossip. It's my love for my grandmother make me gentle when I care for you. Tell me you're falling out of love, she's breaking my heart in two.